So for the first time in my life, I am seeing Morayo Afolabi Brown get angry at the president, or not get angry, displeased at the president for what the president has done. Before I begin this video, I'm a fan of Morayo Afolabi Brown. Morayo Afolabi Brown, the head of entertainment for TVC, the the moderator of Your View. I am a fan, a big fan of that. But yesterday, she lashed out at President Tinubu. She was quite very not happy, and her reasons are understood. Before I tell you why she was not happy, let me read you a post that she made on Instagram. She said, the last 48 hours have been quite interesting. Babangida has a lot of questions to answer, and I cannot wait to read that book. My father warned Nigerians about this man. My father did everything in his power to get this man to pay for his sins, but nothing happened. Men of valor fought to their voices, pen and influence, yet Babangida reigned like a fearless hurricane, bulldozing all that's in his path. Many were taken out. My father was thrown in jail several times by the military led by this man for speaking against him, and finally had to go on self-exile. That's knockout through Cotonou to get to the US. Today, he says he takes responsibility and we all should accept and move on. Mr. President, I have the highest regard for you, but don't you think Babangida should be prosecuted for the crime of annulling the freest and fairest election in Nigeria, which eventually led to the death of many innocent lives? I saw how you all laughed at the book launch. I'm sorry, nothing there seemed comical to me. As a child growing up with MKO Abiola, his wife Kudirat, and their children, and seeing how both our families were ripped apart alongside many others in the wake of Babangida's annulment is a trauma I can never get past. Kudirat, I know. I spent weekends in our home. I was very close to all our children. I was in our house torn when Mumuni, Hadi, and Miriam were whisked away to the US following Kudirat's passing away. The home that was filled with laughter and joy became a house of sorrow and pain. That picture never left my head. My father's stroke was immediately after he heard the news of Kudirat's demise. He never recovered. You, Mr. President, supported my father till he passed on. You know the pains and struggles, yet you laughed at the table of our tormentor. Let me explain who Morayo's father is to you. Our father is called Alao Akabashoru. He was the 14th president of the Nigerian Bar Association from 1965 to 1967, if I'm not mistaken the date. From 1985 to 1987, if I'm not mistaken the date. He fought against the Babangida military regime. He fought against it. He was the lawyer to MKO Abiola when they annulled the election. He was the lawyer to market women. He was the lawyer to students. He was the lawyer to youth. After Gani Williams passed on, he was the most vibrant NBA president that the Nigerian Bar Association had ever had. So after the annulled 1993 election, he being the lawyer to Abiola himself, President Tinubu now was a senator then, people like the Showore, they fought to restore democracy back to Nigeria. They fought fearlessly against Babangida and Abacha. They fought. Many of them ran out of this country. Now that issue, Naipa Abiola's wife. The man gets stroke when he hears say Abiola's wife don't pass on. Now, being Abiola's friend, the Morayo Brown and Abiola's children, they always spend weekends together sometimes. They go play. So they were like a family. So this thing hits Morayo more than any other thing I've hit her. But during the election, she was supporting Tinubu. Now she understands how it hit us. Because it's something they never touch you. They know I pain other people. Now you understand how it hit us when the man whose salary is 30,000 in his presence, they carry for 1,000 per liter. Now you understand how it hits us. When the people who stood under the rain voted Peter Obi, they voted. But some people say there's some people in the magic of politics. Now you understand how it is. I repeat, Morayo Afolabi Brown, I am a fan. She's a very intelligent woman. She knows what she's fighting for. She's true to her cause. But sometimes sentiment, not they let us talk where we're supposed to talk. Because this is President Bola Tinubu now is doing some things to Nigerians that they don't like, but some of you are supporting him because it's not affecting. I don't do the way we affect now. Everybody doesn't shout. Now let me come to what President Bola Tinubu did with Babangida. You need to understand that the presidency is a court. How many of them in Nigeria with Irish president? That place is a court. They don't fight themselves. No matter what has happened in the past, they don't fight themselves. Today, the same good luck Jonathan and Buhari, Napadi. With Tinubu, Napadi. With Choneko, with this one, when they in charge when civil war happened that time, go on. All of them are friends. Nothing that has happened in the past, we break that court. You see that brotherhood? Forget it. But Madam Morayo, I understand your pain. But I also need you to understand the pain of Nigerians when we were shouting. Some of you ignored our shout. Today they're not doing that. Una do the hala. You're a big sister. I love you. I support many of your agenda. I like the way you present on TV. But this is one place I have an issue with your decisions. Because we all know what is bad. And when APC was doing what is bad to Nigerians, some of them clap for them. They're not doing a back. How they go gather? They did not just celebrate Babangida. They donated billions. You see when they tell you that 17 billion that they donate, that are the one we see. That are the one we hear. What about the ones we know yet? Because some people will do donation, they cannot announce it. If the president wants to give money, he cannot announce it. They are giving him money for agreeing that he did something bad. Somebody was somebody in prison. Somebody in jail. They are giving him money for writing a book about the bad things he had done. And finally he said, I regret them. And they clapped for him. Forget Nigeria, it's a zoo. Nothing they want to me.